Hi guys, this is Ken with MinnoTank, and I have Robert Blacklidge and Jen Gronek, the co-founders of courseIO. And we're going to discuss how did you get here? What was the experience that led up to arriving at building courseIO? And one of the problems with MinnoTank is we're always talking about the same thing. It's always your pitch. We're trying to dissect it to help you learn more about the co-founders. But guys, can you give us specifically what are the experiences that led up to getting you here?
Absolutely. So my journey has been one with a lot of different pieces. I've been in retail for over 10 years. I was in the military for 6. And in 2015, I got an MBA and a bachelor's degree in the same year and bought 2 companies and started 2. And in 2016, I lost a $500,000 company.
You just couldn't. It's like a Bitcoin you left in like some attic somewhere. Like, oh my God, that company.
So there is a path that a lot of people take, and it's chasing money. Right? When you do things that are focused, and you in America, we do it without even focusing on it. We don't even think about it. We just worry about what we do to make a living. That's kind of what defines us, and it's what we do and what we chase. And I did that for a long time, and it led me down a road that was ended very, I almost want to say tragically. I had a bad business partner that spent a lot of money, and the company was gone, and I tried to save it, and it was a bad ending. I converted a Fiat 500 into a camper and drove to Nova Scotia.
Okay.
I went as far northeast as I could. And I got to the end of the road, and what I thought was a 20-minute hike ended up being 6 hours. And I walked up and over this mountain to the ocean. And on the coast, it was dreary. It was beautiful because it was a place that no one had been, but it just felt like it was my life for the last X amount of years, where it was overcast, dreary, the waves were crashing on solid rocks, there was marbled rocks, there was ruins, but when I came back over the mountain, it was the most beautiful vista I had ever seen. The sun was setting, the sky was gorgeous, it was amazing, and I had this moment where I realized that life was nothing. You weren't pursuing your passion. And you could literally spend your life making sandwiches, or you could spend your life changing the world. And from that moment on, I pursued passion and pursued changing the way the world worked and pursued trying to change the way things were. And it led me down a path that I do not regret. If you pursue money, you can lose it like that and you have nothing. If you pursue passion, it doesn't matter if you lose it. I've lost more businesses since I changed to passion than I did when I was pursuing money. And I have gained so much, so many people, so many relations, so much knowledge. It is incredible the value that I have gained and the relationships I have made and the people that I have met. And I will never regret that change in my life. And I know that every step I take in this direction is a change and a development of something that has made waves in this world and has moved people to make changes in their lives for the better. That is the power of following your passion. That is the power of doing what you care about. And that is the power of giving.
So just because our audience is investors, I want to be very careful with the way we're framing our mentality around like passion versus money. courseAlign.io, just for everyone's sake, is a for-profit company, and they are going to be very profitable.
Here's the really cool thing about coming from a business background. There is no reason you can't follow your passion and monetize it.
Thank you. I just want to make sure because you are raising capital or
So I actually found, so I went and went from business to tech, and I use technology to create things that service business needs that make the world better. And it is really empowering impactful in the way that this works because it makes people's lives better. It reduces their workload and allows them to follow the things they want to do and the things they're passionate about. The future with AI is really amazing because the things that you hate to do, you won't have to do. And so now you just do things that the interactive piece, the things that we love to do, the communication thing, those are the things that computers will never be able to do. Those are the things that are more valuable. Those are the things that people pay a lot of money for. That is truly incredible.
It's very similar to Robert. I did not feel that my degree was worthwhile. So there was a 10-year stint in the middle where I did catering and food service and made a sizable nest egg at the same time. But that business just randomly closed their doors one day, and I had at first a month of just, oh my God, what do I do? I haven't not had a job since I was 16, but I knew that I could use that as a perfect opportunity to go back to school to pursue statistics and pursue my passion. So I did. And like I said, I graduated Pi Mu Epsilon. I have an A average in all my coursework. Like I, kicked butt and took names. And then of course I graduated and I was so ready to get this job and to do statistics all day, every day. I was so ready. And nothing happened.
Huh.
And nothing happened for a really, really long time. And I used that impetus to find other methods to get the continuing education or to continue to learn more about my field, but not through a job. So I go to meetups, I go to lectures, podcasts there's a bunch of data science podcasts that I absolutely love, and just so on and so forth. So being active in the data science group, I was led to do a Code for Tampa Bay hackathon, where I proposed using predictive analytics to determine what zones to spray for mosquitoes tomorrow based on today's data.
Huh.
And yeah, so it was kind of exciting, and it was a challenge to me because there was I had never used geographical data before, and that's what it was. So it was challenging and it was fun and it was great. We took second place with just a proposal and no no working prototype because their data was broken.
It wasn't your guys' fault.
Yeah, like I said, the data was broken. There was no link from geographical points on a map to actual measurements. So I could I have measurements and I have these geographical points on a map, but I don't have any way to say how they relate in any way. Sorry.
County data.
Yeah, they were using Excel. At any rate, but what it did lead me to was making great connections. I reconnected with people that I went to college with, which was kind of random and serendipitous, but I also connected with Robert, who asked me to join his team. And so I was very excited because, of course, it's data science, so I'm going to geek out about that anyway. And then it was also it's a way to fix the problem that I had when I first graduated, which I found super depressing, and I don't want anybody to go through that ever again. So that's the how.
Well, I love it. Okay, so we got lots and lots to learn about you guys. So thank you very much. That's Robert Blacklidge and Jen Gronek, the co-founders of courseAlign.io. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.